when is America, he wonders out loud, going to realize that Trump and his buddies have been, have been and are continuing to work to destroy America? Specifically, the most recent one I'm speaking of is Joe Flynn. Is it Joe? Mike Flynn. Thank you. Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was Trump's national security advisor. Before that, he was high up in the Pentagon. He was a general in the military, I believe in the Army, but I may be wrong. And over the weekend, somebody asked him at one of these QAnon events that he was speaking at. The guy said, like the Myanmar, can't we do something like they did in Myanmar? Well, let's be very clear about what they did in Myanmar. Myanmar, those of a certain age know of Myanmar as Burma, but it's over there in Southeast Asia. And on February 1st of this year, when the National League for Democracy, which is one of their political parties, the NLD, won the election. This is February 1st. They won the election. They were democratically elected. The military of Myanmar, it's called the Tatmadaw, rose up, arrested Aung San Suu Kyi and let me get the name of the president here. President Win Myint and State Councilor Aung San Suu Kyi, put them in jail along with their ministers and their deputies and members of parliament, declared a year-long state of emergency, and put themselves in charge of the government. Now, the reason that they used for doing this was election fraud. They said that the results of the November 2020 election, I'm sorry, I had my dates wrong here. It was February 1st, 2021 when they did the uprising. The election was held in November of last year, November 2020. And they said that this was a fraudulent election. And therefore they were taking over and they were putting their guys in charge. Now that's what, and Mike Flynn was like, yeah, that's what should happen here. Now, since then, Liz Cheney has called him out, and since then, he's now saying, I never said that, although the video's out there and you can see it. It's all over the internet. It's easy to see. But at what point do Americans figure out that, we are all on the receiving end of this big con? And not only that, with regard to Michael Flynn himself, let us not forget what Michael Flynn pled guilty to, what Michael Flynn initially lied to the FBI about. Conservatives are, Mike Flynn was prosecuted for lying to the FBI. Well, that's true. What was he lying to the FBI about? The fact that he had taken, as I recall, $700,000 from Erdogan, the president of Turkey, to influence U.S. foreign policy. He was working for a foreign government, and then there's also rumors that he was also working for a Ukrainian or a Russian oligarch. He was working for a foreign government and possibly a foreign oligarch while he was National Security Advisor of the United States of America. You think that might have influenced, say, for example, our response to the murder of Jamal Khashoggi? Well, that happened in Turkey. Do you think that might have influenced? Actually, I shouldn't go through a list here of speculation. The point is, he was working for a foreign government and for the interests of a foreign government, while he was helping run the United States government. That's called treason, or at least that's called being a traitor. Michael Flynn was convicted of being a traitor. And Donald Trump pardoned him. And now he's saying that the military should just, take control, overthrow. Do your job, guys. Now, he's backing away from this, as fast as he can, but it's what he said. But he's not the only one saying this. And this is increasingly infecting the Republican Party. And this is And frankly, I think that with regard to Michael Flynn, I think you could say, and in fact, I'll pose this as a question. Is he still working for foreign governments? Is he still trying to bring down the government of the United States? Is he still trying to establish an authoritarian, essentially dictatorship here in the United States? A right-wing strongman government? Is he still working to bring Trump back? By the way, there are reports that Trump is telling people down at Mar-a-Lago, his close friends, that he is telling them that he believes that when the results of the Arizona uncount are released and the Republicans in Arizona declare that Trump actually won Arizona, and then the Republicans in Georgia declare that Trump actually won Georgia, that sometime around August he's going to be put back into the White House as president, just in time to stop the federal investigations into his crimes.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
His tax fraud and his real estate fraud and all of his other frauds. He apparently thinks he's going to be president again.